What's good, everyone? Now, there's been a lot of action in the NBA offseason. Particularly, you got players like Nowitzki and Paul Pierce re-signing with their respective teams, the Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. You got Carlos Boozer, who's going to the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls next year, hopefully, they should make that transition from a good team to a great team, depending on how he fits in their system. But obviously, the biggest thing that's happened so far in the offseason has to be LeBron James and Chris Bosh joining Dwayne Wade on the Miami Heat. I mean, I was just when I first heard about it, my initial reaction went from like excited to like surprise, because I heard talks about it a little bit, but I just had no idea they were actually going to pull the trigger on that deal. Now with LeBron going, from Cleveland, um, I guess all the talks about him being the next MJ will completely die. It's kind of sad because, honestly, in my opinion, I felt like LeBron James had the potential to be the next MJ, considering the type of teammates that he had on his team, including the Asian Shaq and the Asian Antoine Jameson and a lot of role players. But despite the fact, they still had a pretty good record. I think they won like 60 games for the past 2 seasons or something like that. Um, but with him leaving, obviously, that kind of dies, and now they're gonna try to find somebody else to see who's the next MJ or whatnot. It's kind of sad. But as I speak, you know, LeBron James is catching a lot of fire from the Cleveland fans. Not only the fans from Cleveland, but you got analysts, ESPN analysts, and even David Stern got on him a little bit. So now LeBron he's always been taught in the media, but I don't think he's been taught as much as he is right now. Ever since the Cavaliers lost to the Celtics, they've been talking about him nonstop. It's ridiculous. But with him, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, joining forces now, it's going to be pretty interesting. When I think of those superstars, I immediately think domination. But it has to work first. I mean, with Dwayne Wade by himself is a sick player. I mean, I've been watching Dwayne Wade for a while, and just watching Dwayne Wade just slice through defenses and just slice and dice his way to the hole, either go for a dunk or go for a sick layup. If not that, he could go for the mid-range jumper or pump fake and go for the three-point shot. That's just how dangerous he is. But now he has help. He has LeBron and he has Chris Bosh. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. Are they going to start with Chris Bosh in the paint first, like an inside-outside attack, or what? And another thing too would probably be the scoring load or whatever. Like who's going to score the most points? How are they going to work the shot selection? Um, who's going to take the last shot? Who's going to take the big shot? So it's a lot of factors. But if they pull it all together, they should be able to make it work. If they all have the same goal, trying to win a lot of championships and rings or whatnot. But if not, if everybody wants to try to score the most points or be on that Allen Iverson tip, then it's a recipe for failure, depending on how it goes. They could be like the Boston Celtics and end up winning a lot of games in the regular season, and then when it comes to like the NBA playoffs, could just be dominating. It's gonna be interesting. And still, you got the Lakers who will probably be the defending champs. So it's going to be very interesting. And then, of course, you got the Bulls with Boozer now. They might be a much better team than they were in the past. So it's going to be very interesting to see how LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, and the Miami Heat, how that team comes together. So for me, I guess it could work, but it depends on those three guys, how they operate, as a unit, and of course the rest of the team as well. So good stuff, I guess, and we'll see what happens. So and so far so good. So anyway, that's just my take on it, and you guys take it easy, stay blessed. All right, peace.